Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 2 of After Hours Gaming League, Apportable versus Sandvine. In game 1 was VT Peanut, which was me, versus Sean. Yeah, game 1 was pretty good. That was uh, the Banshee build was something that I'd been practicing for a bit, and it was it was great to be able to micro the Banshee as well as take care of things at the home base, even under a lot of pressure. So that's something that I'm pretty proud of. So yeah, After Hours Gaming League, extremely educational, especially in terms of crisis management and in StarCraft ability, which, you know, being a better StarCraft player just generally makes you better at life, is my philosophy. So, yeah, and so it looks like both of these players are ready. Arrogant, the Protoss, versus Myopia, the Protoss. Myopia playing for Apportable, and Arrogant playing for Sandvine. And the map is Yeonsu LE. Apportable is now 1-0 on Sandvine. The first team to win 3 games wins the match. So we'll see what happens on Yeonsu LE. Now, Protoss versus Protoss is what's known as a mirror match because both of these players are playing the same race. So mirror matches are interesting because you can directly compare the two players' builds and see where they differ. The differences are much easier to spot because they're playing with essentially the same same range and repertoire of pieces. So let's see what's going on here. Sebastian is making wisecracking comments to my left as a Terran player. He favors the Terran race.
No, but seriously, Protoss is both overpowered, right? Like, look how fast they're making probes. Oh, there's a pause coming out.
Anyway, so up in the top right-hand corner in the pink pieces is Myopia, the Protoss for Apportable, and in the bottom left-hand corner in the light blue is Arrogant, the Protoss for Sandvine. Indeed. Alright, so both of these players are making probes now. Let's see, what can I tell you about these players? Ooh, that's interesting. Arrogant has made a pylon very close to Myopia's base. So yes, Colin to my right notes that this smells like cheese. And for those of you who don't know, cheese or the term cheese refers to strategies that are sort of well, you can't use the word in its own definition. That's too recursive.
Wait, what's
All right, so cheese. Oh, okay. So this is what's known as a proxy gateway.
not lactose intolerant now.
So we're making more cheese jokes. Let me try to explain what this concept of cheese is. So if something is cheesy in sort of English culture or in English speaking culture, it's like something that's like kind of goofy, kind of silly, a little bit like looked down upon, I guess. And in the StarCraft case, cheese is like is a strategy that is very non-standard. You have these gateways outside of this person's base. So if Myopia were to scout Arrogant's base right now, he'd be like, there are no gateways. That's pretty weird, and would suspect that something a little bit less standard is going on. Obviously, if you have these units or these buildings outside of your own base, they're a lot more vulnerable to attack by the other player. So this is a big and it takes a lot more time. It's more complicated to manage a cluster of very essential buildings outside of your own base instead of inside of your own base. Okay, so he has anyway. So Arrogant has a zealot out. And he's really setting up shop here. He's not even putting a cybernetics core inside his own base. He's building a stalker, or he's building 2 stalkers, chrono boosting these stalkers out so the stalkers come out as fast as possible. And probably once these stalkers come out, he will start putting on some pressure. Although it remains to be seen exactly how many units he wants to amass before storming into Myopia's base. Myopia is creating a mothership core now. which is a really good move on his part because the Mothership Core can be a really great defensive unit. Oh yeah, here he goes. Okay, so Myopia's task now is to defend against this push, this 2 Stalker, 1 Probe, 1 Zealot push. The Mothership Core is able to shoot from up high. So Xander is able to chase away these Stalkers with these probes, but he wants to be careful because he doesn't want too many of these probes to go down because then his economy will end up worse in the meantime. So I mean, luckily for him, he has 18 probes to the to Arrogance 11, so he already has a fair economic lead. So the Artosis, what Sebastian's referring to with an Artosis pylon is the kind of the one pylon that is the weak link in the chain that, if destroyed, will result in the many buildings being underpowered. Anyway, so Myopia force fields the ramp so that the Stalkers cannot escape, and he's putting his probes in hold position so that these Stalkers actually can't move. And in the meantime, he's shooting at them with his Mothership Core. And the Mothership Core has lost a few hit points from its shield, but actually it's not in too bad shape right now. Although, like, if it continues, okay. So there's photon overcharge. The Mothership Core was able to get enough energy to photon overcharge the Nexus, such that the Nexus itself could serve as a defensive unit that shoots any enemy units. Now, the space is set up such that these Stalkers can actually stay out of range of Myopia's units, and then the Nexus itself. So what Arrogant is probably going to do now, and he's chrono boosting out more Stalkers. He's just going to get as many Stalkers as possible, and then eventually just wait out the photon overcharge, because photon overcharge has a time limit, and then he will go in with these Stalkers and try to just take down Myopia's base.
What's the army count right now? It's 44. Oh,
yeah, it's alright. So.
You got the first hit. They can't run away from me.
So this is 4 Stalkers versus 4 Stalkers, or no, 5 Stalkers versus 4 Stalkers, and plus the Mother.
It's not 6 versus 5.
Oh, it's not 6 versus 5. Okay, so 6 Stalkers for Arrogant versus 5 Stalkers and a Mothership Core for Myopia. Myopia keeps warping in more Stalkers, and GG. So game 2 of Apportable versus Sandvine goes to Myopia, who is playing for Apportable. So we are now 2-0 in the game count.